What's up, guys? We are here at Movers and Shakers Unlimited. I'm happy to have special guest Jamie Kennedy of Stupid Smart. What's going on, Jamie? How you doing, man?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It's been a crazy week, but otherwise I am good.
It has been a
Kind of
crazy week.
it's kind of an understatement. But anyway, I digress. Moving on. Can you tell me a little bit about Super Smart and how you got this, this project off the ground?
Um, I've done specials before, and this is my third, stand-up special, and produced it independently. And you as a comedian, you do all these jokes, and you build them up, and then you're like, okay, these got to get rid of these. So then you like put them together in an hour, and then you put them out there, and I did it over a little bit over a year ago when we were editing it, and then we're about to release it, and then pandemic, and then so then boom, we partnered with Tubi because it's just a great new streaming platform, and they already have my old specials, and they're like, let's have something new. So, and I'm so excited to be with them.
Awesome, awesome. Well, with that being said, too, I had a chance to, watch the special, and it's so awesome, how self-deprecating you are, about everything that you've done thus far in your career. So can you talk a little bit to that? And I mean, you've had a chance to do, so many different things thus far in your career. Obviously, you're still doing. There's still more to come, but could you speak to that?
Um, well, are you a comedian too?
I wish. No, I'm
Oh,
not.
I didn't know because you're interviewing. Well, as a comedian, um, I have a lot of baggage, like when I go on stage, right? Because I'm not just like unknown, and it's like you go up there and you gotta be funny for 10 minutes and boom, and so it's like me, like, if people usually know me, so I gotta go up and then I gotta like, I may not look like I do in my movies, so then they're like, woo, so then I gotta make a joke about that, and then I gotta ingratiate myself. Then I got to remind them, what I've been doing, and then keep them up to date, and then slowly work them into my thought process of the way I think and my ideas. So you kind of disarm them. That's why I do the self-deprecating thing, because I disarm them. You know what I mean? And it seems to work. And a lot of people have been commenting on it. So I guess I really did a lot.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And speaking to that further, I'm always fascinated, in those that do stand up. How do you really draw the line? Because I know a lot of times it can be really tricky to navigate. Okay, is this something that I really want to, share here on the stage, for my routine, or should I, go a different way? And how do you really make that decision? I'm saying for you personally, how do you make that decision of deciding what to share and what not to share? Because I know even with other parties that you draw your inspiration from and doing that routine, you also have that element as well of, I don't want to, share that element about other people that are a part of that routine about experiences that I've had.
It's a really good question. Well, I mean, it is stand up, so it should be taken as, jokes, but, if it's done right, there's some jokes in there and some education and pointing a spotlight on hypocrisies. I don't really like to put too many people on blast unless I felt like they've done me wrong and I may not care about the repercussions. But I agree with you. You shouldn't just put people's business out there. So usually make that about like a friend or somebody I know, but not drop a name. But my persona is like Jamie Kennedy. I'm like fun, lovable, kind of everybody's neighbor, and that's what the special is. It kind of came out, and kind of give you a taste of who I am, and will give people what they kind of expect, and then slowly departing into deeper, more stuff that you might not hear from Jamie Kennedy, and that's why the title comes in like stupid and smart, and so I'm not like the guy that comes out right away and says some crazy radical shit. It doesn't mean I wouldn't. It just means I want to work it out of my persona so people will accept it first. You know what I mean? So I kind of have to,
Yeah.
since I'm me, I gotta make it digestible because I want them to get on board with it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Now, as I said, at the top of this interview, we had commented on, all the things that you have done, thus far in your career, whether it's stand up, whether it's, on the big screen, small screen, what have you. Um, yeah, you just by virtue of, what's trending right now, you're going to get this question a lot. So I'm going to ask you again is, apparently there is a Scream 5. Apparently it's something that
I
is
heard that.
swirling around out in out in the industry that we might get a Scream 5 now. Spoiler alert for those of you, I'm sorry, it's been years, but spoiler alert, your character did not make it.
You're telling them. You're telling them.
Spoiler alert, your character did not make it, but still with that being said, considering what the character means for that franchise, I know there's still a creative way that they could fit that in based on what they did in the third installment. So what are your thoughts on that, or if you get approached about it, your feelings about it, if there is an opportunity to go back to that?
Look, I think it's amazing that Scream is still going and it's vibrant. I think this movie will keep it right out there in the ether and keep it as vibrant as ever. Scream is a world; it's a universe now, and I think that you know, I think it's transcended horror. I think it's just a great movie, and I think it's people love it. I was supposedly killed in a van. I think I'm still dead in that van. Who knows, though? Maybe they have talked to me. Maybe they haven't. I can't say. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I have not been approached, but, it's up to you to believe that. I could be doing a double fake out right now. But as of now, I would say I'm probably not going to be in it. And that's okay, because Randy had a good run. It's a shame he was the voice of the audience, but maybe he birthed somebody that is the new voice.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I was going to say, speaking of Randy, we are in an interesting time right now with everything that's been going on with all the social distancing and all that jazz. So, considering the big horror buff that Randy is as a character, and how he might respond or react to the current environment that we're in right now. How do you think that he'll respond? Do you think that he would come up with like rules of how to survive the
A
current
pandemic.
landscape right now?
Somebody told me that I should do a Randy video of
You should definitely.
the rules for
Absolutely.
surviving a pandemic.
Yes.
I think I got to do this because enough people have said this now. You're like the fifth person, so I think made me think about it. I think Randy would definitely be following rules for sure. The first thing is, you don't want to, if you're going to wear your mask, it has to cover your nose. Your nose is part of the breathing apparatus in your face. For some reason, this is like the equivalent of like wearing your underwear and your penis is out and that's underneath it. I mean, it's supposed to cover everything. So wear the mask fully. Second of all, don't get in my space. 6 feet. I'd rather do 10 feet, 12 feet. All these things. So I have to think of the rules, but for sure, people, there's a lot going on. You don't need to buy one more than just 12 rolls of toilet paper too. I don't know why that happened.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So in the special, you talk about Tremors, and
Yes.
you commented on another installment. So I guess my next question to you is I know a lot of things are currently on pause right now, obviously with everything, but I know that in speaking with other guests that have been on the show, they've talked about how even though things are still on pause, there's still meetings going on, obviously via Zoom and all the other tools that are in play of plans to resume the normal routine of being on sets and what that's going to look like. So with that in mind, what's up next, in terms of what you'll be doing. I mean, outside of obviously this current special with Stupid Smart.
I have another series dropping next week called Coming to the Stage, where I bring like young comics, to the public eye, like Kevin Hart did on Comic View, or Def Jam back in the day, and I'm the host of that. I did a movie called Crabs in the Bucket with Jeremy Piven, Taryn Manning, and that was supposed to go to the Tribeca Film Festival. Well, that's not happening. So I got a couple things, and I have like 3 things I'm gonna do, but they all got stopped. So right now it's just like I think I'm doing like everybody else. I'm just trying to get all my ducks in a row and then attack when we're ready. But right now, I don't have desires to run out there and be on a set. I'll tell you that.
Gotcha. Well, have they for those projects that you just discussed that are still like developing, have they shared what it will look like, or what their plans are of navigating through starting, resuming shooting, like still having distancing protocols
Oh
and
yeah,
things?
there's a 30-page protocol put out by different studios, and they each have their own. But we have to follow the protocols of I guess not the federal government, the state government.
State, yeah.
So California, as has been pretty tight, and I think we're doing good, but we're still really tight. So I don't mind it. A lot of people are starting to get restless, but I think maybe it's helped. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of the one project is coming out. That's going to come out next week, called Coming to Stage, and then Crabs is in post, and the other ones we applied to shoot in Las Vegas, and we were supposed to start April, and then we're supposed to start June. That's not going to happen. So they're hoping for a July 1st start, but Vegas is opening June 4th. We'll see. Shooting is very different, but I'm being told that like every department will go in. So your camera department goes, boom, they're done. Makeup done, hair done. But the best I heard is Tyler Perry, and I was in one of his movies. I was very lucky to be in Good Deeds, and I heard that Tyler and his total complex down there, he's going to quarantine everybody, and if he does, that's a genius move. So he'll make everybody will be live, work, and share and play all in his campus. Everybody will be tested, and I think that's the way it should be done for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, Jamie, I know you're doing round robin on speaking with everyone about Stupid Smart. Thank you for being a part of our show today. I really do appreciate it. Stupid Smart is now streaming. It's now streaming on Tubi TV currently. You guys can check it out. And I had a chance to see it. I definitely recommend you guys to check it out. Other than that, Jamie, can you tell people where they can find you, man?
Twitter, I'm at Jamie Kennedy. Facebook, Jamie Kennedy. Instagram, the Jamie Kennedy. Snapchat, Jamie Kennedy. Look for the blue check mark.
All
But
right.
listen, bro, there's a lot going on this week, man. I'm telling people to escape, but let's all just try to hang out there together and figure all this stuff out. It's a crazy time in this world, and I don't think my special is going to solve any of it. But it's nice to talk to you, and I appreciate your time.
Absolutely. All right, man. Take care. Have a good
All
one.
right, thanks, buddy.